All right, here we have the Lionel Burlington Texas Zephyr. Really nice set. This was purchased by me brand new. I want to say 1980, around 1980. I think it was made in 78, 79, whatever. The problem with this is it comes with those traction tires. And I have added a lot of extra cars, and since this thing was new, all it ever did is spin the rubber off the tires, and it never ran right, and it was just like a piece of junk. So I never really ran it. It's been bugging me since the day I bought it. I had it in storage, so now I took it out, decided to do something about it. And what I did, I did one chassis, one truck already. I purchased. Look at this. It's got two different color motors. The brush housings. This is MPC. This is like when they're scraping bottom, I think. Anyway, the conversion to Magnetraction, actually pretty darn simple. This front truck was done already. I did this. This is a test to make sure it would work, and it works beautiful. Now we're going to do the rear one. You could see they look like aluminum wheels with the grooves for those rubber tires that are nothing but garbage. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to use now. As a donor, these damn terry cloth towels always get stuck. I purchased one of these. This is a front truck to an MPC F3. And doesn't matter, front truck, rear truck, all we want is this block, this gearbox that has the Magnetraction. This thing goes along with it, the pickup. And I don't know where this guy got these, but they practically look like new. I mean, I don't even see any wear on the wheels. They're obviously used, but very, very light, apparently. So we're going to take this out and swap it with the one that's in there. So let's disconnect the motor from that one and show you how this is done. And we're going to take this apart, show you what part of this we're going to use here. So, maybe we'll do that first. This is very easy. This screw here holds the top plate on. Pull this wire through, put this on the side, and this is what we want. This is what we're going to swap out, this thing right here. So you keep all your original cosmetics and all your original stuff. All you're doing is making it Magnetraction and putting in a better gearbox, because these gears are all metal. The ones that are in there, in this engine, when I pull it out, I'm going to show you, those are vinyl. Okay, this is the rear truck we're doing now. And these are the original wheels with the groove, and we're going to use the same pickup. So I'm going to have to unsolder this from the E-unit so we can slide the wire through. Okay, we got that unsoldered. Now we'll take the screw out. So loosen that screw. And we're going to take the whole frame right off. See, this is the hole. Let's hold that screw in, the side frame. There's a little bit of oil in there I'm going to clean. Old oil. Grease, whatever the heck it was. Clean it up nice. And as you can see, got a vinyl gear there. We're not exactly top quality in these days, let me tell you. Not at all. Clean some of this slop off. Now I just want to swap the pickup. So I don't have to worry about the wire and all that stuff. Okay, loosen that screw. This pickup, this thing comes right out like that. let's not lose the screw. Okay, wipe all the oil off of this. There's oil everywhere. I guess a little extra is better than having none, as long as you don't get it on your tracks. It's getting all over the place. Alright, so this is the okay, now we want this one. Gotta watch with this Magnetraction that you don't pick up screws and whatever. You should keep a very clean, neat workbench. Like I do a lot of soldering on vintage hi-fi equipment. So you trim capacitors, and you get all those little snippets of wire, and you make sure you dispose of those properly, or they will come back to haunt you. Especially if you got something with Magnetraction, like this thing. Yeah, I'm going to pause here for a second. Okay, so here's the Magnetraction gearbox, and here is the original pickup. We thread it through. Okay, that in there. What I mean is a screw stuck in here. Good old Magnetraction. And if you have tools that you don't want magnetized, keep them away. Alright, let's get the screw started. Alright, make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, that's all snugged up nice and tight. And now, put the frame back on. Wire goes through that hole. Let's not lose the screw. It's interesting, there's only one screw. Well, one screw in the motor holds this in place. The motor is actually holding it in as well. And as you can see, we now have a Magnetraction rear chassis for a beautiful F3. Oh, this thing's going to run like a champ, I just know it. Alright, I'm going to put the other one back together again. Those are going to go on eBay, I guess. I don't really want them. Put that together, and then we're going to resolder the wire to the E unit, and we'll almost be in business. Okay, so we did the swap as far as the gearbox is concerned, and now we have another front one with a gearbox for a rubber tires, which we don't want. See, saved all the. So that goes to show you, it doesn't matter front or rear. The gearbox is the same. Same exact gearbox. All right, so we're going to get this greased up and installed. Synthetic grease on the gears, and a little bit of oil on the axles in here, all this bullshit. Okay. Alright, gonna give this a little bit of oil. I just put some grease on there. Then on these little, where she spins, right on the little bushing, drop there, drop there. Which then will fall out. And drop there. If you get it on the wheel like I just did, you stop everything and you wipe it off. Okay, a little bit down there in the axle on both sides. If you can get it on both sides. This just a little touch on the sides. That's it. A little bit over here. And that's that for that. Wipe off any slop you get on there. And we can get it back together. It's easier to grease when you take the frame off. Okay, while I had these on the operating table, the brushes were pretty far shut. As you can see here, yeah. Not only are they worn, a little cockeyed. So we got a new set of brushes. And here's the other one. And before the new set of brushes goes in, you can see all the carbon up here. It's going to get cleaned out. We're going to clean the surface of the commutator. Clean those little grooves with a wooden stick, nothing else. And we'll do this with some lighter fluid and a little bit of crocus cloth. In case there's any glaze, break the glaze with the crocus cloth. Okay, the best thing to clean the commutator with, just a little piece of crocus cloth. Nothing else. Nothing else. No pencil erasers. See, just a little sliver of crocus cloth. Certainly no emery. It's the worst thing in the world. Now you get a little bit of lighter fluid to clean up the muck. Then you split this so you have a nice sharp piece, and we go clean the cracks. Give it a white. These three separations between the coils. Get that black stuff out of there, because that's conductive. You don't want that. You want these separated. Just make sure there's nothing stuck. These are pretty reliable motors, but you do got to give them a little bit of a cleaning once in a while. All right, now we get ready to drop in 2 new brushes, which we're going to sit on there and then just put the top on. All right, she's all done. Now we'll give it a test. We got it hooked up to the little test track here. Yep, looks good. Well, we got a beautiful Magnetraction Lionel Texas Zephyr. And this is the shell, which we're going to put on. There it is, number 8064. Beautiful engine. It's like brand new because I take care of my things. This thing has been in preservation besides waiting for the Magnetraction. I just had to reinforce the front here with some JB weld. It looked like it was just starting to crack a little, so before it did get bad, reinforced it with some JB weld. And there you have it. Put this, look at this, the original casting, 2343, there's 38. That's amazing. That's probably the original Lionel tooling. Okay, that's how you do it. And there's the new brushes. Nice, beautiful new brushes. Remember, lighter fluid is your friend when it comes to brushes, grease, and stuff like that. It doesn't really hurt anything. I wouldn't get it on the plastic, but when it comes to any metal, you could clean everything with lighter fluid. It's really, really great. It evaporates right away. Alrighty. Okay, it looked like my screw repair worked perfect. It also had the wrong screw. So I put the right screw in. And here it is. There's the, look at that. Made in U.S. of America. Mount Clemens, Michigan. This was when Lionel was MPC, but it didn't have these beautiful Magnetraction trucks like it does now. Like I said, this thing was really not run much at all. I think those brushes were worn mostly from this thing skidding than it did from doing any work. All done. Beautiful engine. Beautiful silver cars. This thing is definitely going to get out on the road.